But if your home office is better than any office where you actually have sat, so then
that is
why would
true.
you go anywhere else?
It's true, right? That's why we become hermits, right? It's like, I should go. We say this all the time. I should go work from Starbucks today, and I'm like, how am I going to live with one screen? Oh my goodness, possible. And Vesa, you've got like the TIE fighter thing going on, right? So you're like flying through your office through space.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All eventually. Red leader.
Yes. And explode.
We are live with the community. This is the Microsoft 365 and Power Platform community call covering Copilot, SharePoint, Power Apps, and more. My name is David Warner. I'm your humble host from Quizzitive today. It is November 20th. Oh my goodness, where is the time going? But you know what they say? Time flies when you're having fun. And that's what this call is all about. So let's see what's in store for us on our agenda. We're going to get the latest updates on the community. We're going to see some Copilot prompt of the week. We're going to talk about .NET libraries and PowerShell. We're going to see the latest on script samples, and we are going to talk about some Copilot Pro Dev samples, Power Platform samples, all the samples, and we're also covering now community days. We're also going to be bringing in community docs, which I'm excited about, so we'll talk about that here in a moment, and then we're going to have that group picture time with Together mode. That's right. It's mouth sound effects today, everybody. So we are excited for all that. And then we're going to get into our amazing all-stars of the day. So Nsikan is going to be here Nsikan is going to be talking about custom domains in Microsoft 365, why they matter and how to set them up. Richard is going to fill on our second slot with how to create a dynamic form experience with PCF components. And then Mr. Tom Daly, a good friend of ours, new on the team, behind the scenes of community days, powering a global events platform with Azure. So super excited. And Nsikan, by the way, is a first-time presenter, everybody. So we're going to show him all that amazing love and support we always do to our presenters here from the community. But first, let's talk about some resources that are available to each and every one of you. These are absolutely free, and they are here to provide you all the cool things and access to these wonderful tools that we use. The first is the Microsoft Community Learning videos. This is our YouTube channel that provides access to all the amazing videos that are being created by you in the community. These calls are hosted there. The demos are split out. Members of Microsoft. Everything we love about our technologies is being considered and provided there for us to learn from. We've also got our LinkedIn group for discussions, our open source tooling, all those sample galleries that I talked about. There is a plethora of them, and it means a lot. And of course, there is only one or maybe two URLs you have to remember to gain access to all of these. aka.ms/community/home or community.ms, our fancy top-level domain, which is going to be providing you all that access. So check it out when you got some time. And hopefully you like community calls, because that's where you're at, right? Here in a community call. Well, we've got plenty more. We've got our weekly product updates with Microsoft speakers, which, by the way, is going to be going on a holiday break in between December and January. But this is a weekly event with those program managers and product managers that are building all the cool stuff that we use every single day. We've also got our weekly call, which you're in right now. Now, you may say, hi, I thought it used to be a bi-weekly call. Understood? Yep, it was technically weekly. We flip-flop the topics each week. We've simplified it, just made it easier. We're all about renaming, right? Just kidding. But we are simplifying it. It is going to be just weekly. We're calling it the Microsoft 365 Power Platform Community Call. We're covering Copilot, SharePoint, Power Apps, and more. So now it's super simple. One invite, one call every Thursday. We're here for you. Rain, shine, no matter what. We've got our monthly Power Platform call, which happened yesterday and is already up on YouTube for you to take a look at if you missed it. Our office add-ins. Again, you can access all of these by going to ak.ms/community/calls. And that will give you the invites and all the proper links and times and all that good stuff that you might want to be aware of. On next week's weekly call with Microsoft speakers, the one and only Paolo is going to be talking about integrating Azure AI Search for RAG in Copilot Studio. And then Vesa and Andrew Connell will be on talking about introducing the new toolchain in SharePoint Framework 1.22. So lots of exciting stuff in store for us next week. Get that on your calendar. And if you're watching today and you think, I got some cool stuff to show off, and I heard him say that first-time presenters are welcome. You're right, and you are welcome. So please don't hesitate to fill in this form. Let us know if you would like to perform a demo and a presentation. We encourage it. We'll even assist you with it. We'll buddy up with you if you'd like to co-present or you need some support in building the slides. We're absolutely here to support you and help you. And don't overthink it. If you're creating and working with something you're proud of and you think is cool and useful, I guarantee others will. So fill in that form, let us know. And as you're seeing all the awesome samples and you're like, hey, I've created a few things, and or hey, I'd like to use some of those samples, but that GitHub labyrinth is really confusing. We got you covered. We're coming up in December. We're going to have 2 sessions of sharing is caring, because we know that there's some downtime everybody's taking, and with the family, we want to encourage that. But we also know it's a great time to learn and you want to collaborate. So we want to provide that opportunity. So be on the lookout. We're going to set up 2 of these sessions. These are hands-on guidance sessions. They are live Teams calls. We walk you through how to make a contribution to GitHub, how to understand GitHub, how to demystify that hub of Gits, that GitHub hubs. We're going to do it together in a live Teams call, and it's not recorded, which means it's a safe space. So you can ask any and all questions you want without the fear of it going on record, because sometimes we're afraid to ask questions. We second guess it. We think, well, if no one else is asking, should I be asking? Yes, you should. And we want to make sure you have a space to do that in. So be on the lookout. We'll let you know on these calls and on the socials, of course, as soon as that happens. And it's important to note that if you join that, it's an official contribution. Why does that matter? I'm so glad you asked, because our community recognition program is here to recognize all those contributions. So we've got the amazing badges that have been around for a while, like Prompt Pro, Snippet Sorcerer. It's that season, right? Season of getting slice of samples. We've still got our fun Back to the Future theme badges. And of course, now that we're into the end of the year, we've got a Home Alone theme badge. This is my community. I must contribute. And an Elf theme badge. Contributing is my favorite. So we'd like to have fun with these. We want you to have fun as well, but they are real. They do show that you're making a difference in the community. They are accredited, so show them off. Share them with your manager, share them with your clients. They show that you are getting involved in a way that perhaps others aren't. So it lets you have credibility and leverage for that raise or that contract. We absolutely want to recognize the hard work you're doing, but we do want you to know that, hey, it's okay to have fun, and we want to have fun, and technology is fun. So just need you to opt in, ak.ms/community/recognition. That will give you access to all these amazing things. Okay. So let's move into some project-specific updates. We have a community blog. So there's no new blog post right now, but hey, share your knowledge with the community. This is not just a team or Microsoft-only location to provide blogs. If you would like to blog or even duplicate some of your blogs for more exposure, that's okay too. Duplication, there's no problem with, right? It's just giving everyone a new place to see the content that you've already created. So check it out. We've got some guidance posts there. Don't hesitate. And if you have questions, again, feel free to reach out. Don't hesitate. All right, let's move on to Community Days with Tom. Tom, I think you got a little something to say about this and a little something to say later, right?
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, David. All right. So here at Community Days, we are working on a couple of things, keeping it fresh. We have a few things going out in testing. So, real quick, free events. It's supposed to be about free events. We know that there's some paid events, so we're kind of adjusting those labels there. And we're also doing it for the event organizers, allowing them to go in and save an event at any time. It's a little bit of a lengthy process to create an event. So we're doing that. And then we want to just do a community shout out to all of our wonderful volunteers who help out with bug fixes, feedback, testing. So thanks, everybody. And again, we couldn't do it. I couldn't do what I do without the help of all my volunteers. So if you want to join us, visit akms/MGCI, sign up for the MGCI, and then or reach out to me on the website and send some feedback.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom. And great job, everybody. Appreciate it. And get involved with Tom. He's a great guy and loves the help. So I can attest to working with him. Love one of my good friends. Speaking of another good friend, Mark Anderson is here. He's going to tell us more about the maturity model for Microsoft 365 and Community Docs. Mark, what do you say?
Oh, and I don't know if I can use my radio voice as fast as you can, but let's see. So the maturity model for Microsoft 365 is a new slide on these calls, so we're pretty psyched about that. Oh, look at all those thumbs up and applauses and hearts and stuff. So it's a model that helps you understand sort of where you are in your maturity in using Microsoft 365 and how you can get better. I just put a whole bunch of links into chat if you want to find out more about it. We do practitioner calls every third Tuesday of every month. We just had a great one with Pia Langer-Hans talking about a practical scenario of Copilot adoption, getting to level 300. That recording will be available shortly on that YouTube channel. Coming up in January, we take December off. We will have a maturity model for Microsoft 365 agent. Simon Doy has done built an MPC server or MCP server, whichever one's the right one, and is going to be showing us how he's done that to bring all of that content into a queryable AI interface. Lots of stuff going on there. Join us for our calls. You'll find out more detail, and let us know if you have more interest in and you want to know more about it. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark. And by the way, everybody, there is a dedicated badge for Community Doc. So if you go help up, even if you just update a grammar or a spelling, that's a contribution and you will get a dedicated badge. So super, super cool. Thanks, Mark. Excited for all the updates coming up on this call. We've also got our Copilot prompt library. So this is another low-hanging fruit opportunity to contribute because we've all been crafting that love language with LLMs and Copilot. So if you've got one that you like, share it because it absolutely could help others. And you may think, it's not that useful, but it is. If you're using it, I promise you it's useful. So check out ak.ms/PNP prompt library. And if you do, you could become the prompt of the week. So Andrej here is provided a 7-day inbox review and action framework. It's sort of a productivity prompt. Won't read all the details here, but it asks you to review your Outlook inbox and provide a prioritized action list in English. And you can even put another language there as well, right? Which is super, super cool. So Andrej, thank you so much for this. Super cool. And you could check that out here. I've got the link in the chat as well as at the repo. All right, we've also got .NET libraries, and Ves is going to cover this for us today.
Yes, quick update in here. We do not have new versions of PNP Framework and PNP Core. What we're looking into actually finally getting unblocked there. There's some technical nuances which we've been tackling, and we do apologize that it's been looking that we don't care. We do care, but we're just about to get unlocked on releasing new versions of PNP Framework and PNP Core, and we're building a new team here. So please let us know if you have availability and interest of being part of that maintenance team. We're setting up the initial team with MVPs starting within upcoming weeks, and then we keep on recruiting external people being part of this. So, for example, if your company is using any of these .NET Framework libraries, PNP Core, PNP Framework, and you want to be more involved on influencing those decisions, please raise your hand or ping and reach out, and we'll get you more looped in on the future of this library. So super excited that we're finally getting unblocked with this. Let's go to Gautam next.
Awesome. Thanks, Ves. That's super exciting that people can help shape the future of this. So get involved, everybody. Gautam, what do you got to say about PowerShell?
Hey, David, yo, PowerShell in the house. Yeah, so in PNP PowerShell as well, we added a bunch of new parameter supports to remove PNP enter ID group owner and the member commandlet. So now you can, remove certain people by their object ID. So this was one of the requested features, so that folks wanted to remove certain security groups which are part of these groups. So we added that support for that. Besides that, we also bumped the set PNP and the set PNP site and the set PNP tenant site commands as well to add a certain additional parameters related to block download policies. So yeah, as Vesa mentioned, version 3.2.0 as well is coming really soon. It has been a long time pending, but yeah, I think we have been unblocked. So I think we'll be having a new version soon. Besides that, if you run into anything, just let us know in the comments and on the issue list. Thanks. Over to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Gautam. It's just amazing work here, everybody. The amount of usage of this, and really it's only possible because of all of your influence and usage and making it better. So thank you, Gautam. Thank you, team, and thank you, everybody. All right, Paul is out today, but we're still going to cover the script samples. There's a new Graph SDK sample, export Microsoft 365 active users by Divya. So super cool. This is another great way to get involved. We've all got those utility scripts, whether it's PowerShell or CLI or whatever the case may be. There's a ton of opportunity here to share that with others. And again, don't second guess it. You may think, it's only useful to me. It's useful to others. Paul's a great guy. There's dedicated badges, and you can be recognized here on this slide as well as contributing to the community in a great way. So don't sleep on it. There's a great opportunity. And we've also got our pro dev samples for Copilot. This is awesome Copilot extensibility samples. There's no new agents, but Paul is ready and waiting for the next one. So again, reach out to him if you've got any questions. He's on LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Twitter/X. He's open to DMs, smoke signals, carrier pigeons, all the above. He welcomes all reaching out. So don't hesitate, get involved. It's a great opportunity to share with the community the things that you've been learning and be recognized. And then we've also got our Power Platform samples. So Kate, tell me more.
Yeah, hello everybody. So today we don't have any new additions, but it's already, this gallery already packed with a lot of valuable content. So you can use it for learning purposes, adapt them, or to use as a starting point for your own projects. You can save your time and spark new ideas. using these prompts, samples, and snippets. And if you haven't browsed this gallery in a while, so give it another look. There is plenty of new additions to explore. And if you feel inspired, we are very welcome in new contributions. The gallery keeps moving forward because of the community behind it. So feel free to follow the link and explore contribution guide. And if you will have any questions, just reach out to me and I will be more than happy to support you to get your code submission ready and answer your questions. And let's keep growing and growing together. Thank you so much for all contributors. And yeah, back to you, David.
Awesome. Thank you, Kate, and thank you, everybody. Great opportunity again. Things like snippets and prompts, those are super easy, so don't hesitate to share them. Okay, let's get into everyone's favorite time, picture time. So get those cameras turned on so we can see those fantastic faces. I will move this on over here. All right, I see Vess is warming up. Excellent. I see Tom. Let me start the Camtasia, get that warmed up while everyone's getting their cameras. So there's Mark. There's Richard. Awesome. There's Kate. Loving it. All right. Excellent. Let me get this moved over. All right, cool. There's two Richards. There's Hal. Awesome. Okay. Nsikan. Awesome. Awesome. We'll give it just another. Oh, Tom's got the shades on. He's I feel like there's an Inception thing going on there, right? Because I can see something. Is that like Richard's shirt in the reflection? I see something there. It's awesome. Okay, so let's give it just another second. We are just about on time, so we want to give plenty of time to our presenters. I see a couple more faces popping in there, so let's give the countdown, everybody. Let's do 3 and a 2 and a 1, and let's wave to the community. Great to see you all again. Thank you for the amazing work that you're doing each and every day, every single week. We would not have these opportunities to share on calls like this or the content that we're sharing without the amazing work that you're doing. So keep it up. Really, really appreciate it. You are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's get that shared out to the socials. But first, let's move on to our amazing all-stars of the day. And so we're going to kick it off with Nsikan. He's going to talk about custom domains in Microsoft 365, why they matter, and how to set them up. Nsikan, feel free to take on over the screen share, my friend. It is all yours.
All right, so we're going to talk about custom domains in Microsoft 365 and why they matter and how to set them up. So this is just me. I'm Nsikan Ikpe, once again, a Microsoft 365 and Power Platform specialist. And I love playing the piano. You can catch me on LinkedIn for the rest of the stories about me. So we're going to talk about what custom domains are, the importance, and then set up. I'm trying to make sure we save time for others that are going to join us. So simply, just in case you are new to tech and you just joined this call, a domain is simply that administrative structure that helps you to access, organize your resources on the internet. Look at it as you have Microsoft.com. Microsoft is a domain itself. So why do we need to have custom domains? It helps give your organization a professional look. First of all, it makes you look serious before me, right? And it also gives you that trust, credibility. It makes me trust your brand and know that I am in safe hands. And also on the admin side of things, even administrator, right? It helps you to manage your users effectively, assign licenses to them, delete the users, and you don't like that part, assign, modify, and overall licenses, enhances. It helps to enhance operational effectiveness and make things easy for the administrator. And so there's also a very important benefit, which is the security aspect of it. There is something about phishing risk. You don't want to risk your organization with phishing risk. So having a custom domain helps you avoid that. So let's head right to our portal as I run you through. And I'm sure these slides will be made available to everyone so you can have a read at a convenient time. But there are 3 things you have to keep in mind for you to add a custom domain to your organization's domain center. So make sure you have the global admin role or the domain name administrator role. So why do we say domain name administrator role? We encourage least privilege role. So you don't give someone the role they don't need, right? So you can give them the domain name administrator role, that way they can add domain. All right, so I'm right here at Microsoft Admin Center, M365 Admin Center. So I'm at the home. So in case you want to know how to get there, you just click on admin and that will take you right in. All right. So we are here, and also do not forget this, make sure that the domain is yours. Don't steal somebody's domain. So you come to show all, you find settings, you click on domain. All right, so we already have a couple of domains and are very healthy. They do medical checkups every now and then, and all my domains are healthy. So the next thing you click is add domain. Just to be sure the domain name I want to use, I will head to my registrar, and also make sure you have access to your DNS management portal on your registrar's site. So this is the domain I want to use, domain. So I'll just copy this. I'm a lazy guy when it comes to stuff like this. I like to copy. So I'll just paste it here. All right, so they're asking me, what do you want to do? I want to use this domain. So I'll click on use this domain. So that there are two ways you can do it. Microsoft makes it very easy in partnership with GoDaddy. And by the way, I'm not working for GoDaddy, but they make it easy. You can just add your domain automatically without having to do manual setup. But for the sake of those who are new to this, I'm going to go the manual way where you can set up manually. So we use text record. Text record kind of shows that you own the domain. All right, so I'll use the text record option and continue. So while that is loading, all right, so these values here is what you will prove. This is more like your proof of your ID to show you own this domain. So I'll head to my domain registrar. And like I said earlier, you can verify with ease with this, but I'll just choose to add new record. So they're asking me, what do you want to add? A text record. So what is the name? You come here. So you have the text name is art. I don't know why they use that. Anyway, that's quite simple. So I'll just paste it here. What's the next thing? You have the MS value, the text value. So it's pretty much copy and paste. Isn't that easy? You paste that here. And the time to leave is 3600. So I'll come here. This is where you know if you're a mathematician, but I'm not, and I'm quite lazy on this. I'll just go to custom and I'll put in my value. I don't want to get confused. I don't know how many seconds make an hour. All right, so you go ahead and save it. So it's just going to update it. And so you have your text record here. Let's head back to the portal. And let's just wait a few seconds. Some domains might take a long time. Thank you. Someone says 1 hour. Thank you. I usually skip mathematics while in school. So sometimes it takes a longer time, but I kind of trust my instinct. Let's verify and see. This is the point you'll be like, what's going on? Please, please, please don't do this. Do it. Don't do it. Do it. Okay. All right. So we're good to go. And you just click continue. And boom, we should be done with our. All right. So they're asking us to add this MS record, add DNS record if you want to. Let me go to advanced. All right. So I'm going to add this DNS record. So I'll choose to add the MX record. So go ahead. So for GoDaddy, I'll just, like I said, you can pretty much do the same thing by going to, imputing those values one after the other. But let me do the easiest way, connecting directly. Just like I did for the text record, you can go ahead and do the same thing for MX record. And boom, my domain is ready. So how do I confirm my domain is ready? Once I click on this, let's go back to the So you can see, just do a refresh here. You will notice some records would have been added. All right. So let's go to the next page. Earlier on, we had just one page. So you can see my MX record is here and a few other records that I just added automatically from my M365 admin center. So you have your domain ready and it's very healthy. Just finished its medicals and it came out very healthy. All right. So just to test things, I would like to create a user and assign the user that domain. So I'm going to call this demo domain. I'm going to call this demo domain and let's just call it demo user. All right. Excuse me. Yeah, let me assign you this. Okay. So did you see what happened? Let me go back to this. This is the domain. And I'm just checking right here. This is my domain demo online. So I've just assigned my user that domain name. And I can go ahead and log in the user. All right. So let's finish our setup. Don't worry, I'm going to change my password. You don't have to copy it. Okay. So let's try to sign in this user and see what happens. So with this, you have your professional email look. You can come here. All right. So if you have questions, you can, this is the time to start prepping your question and I'll be glad to respond. All right, so here we are. So I'm looking at the charts just in case you have any question. I'll be glad to respond. So who can remember it was demo user at demo domain dot online. Is that what we had? Let's hope that is it. Let's go back to okay, domain demo. Thank you. Domain demo. Here we go. And I put in the password. Just to prove to you that this user exists, all right? Not now. Here we go, the almighty authenticator. I got you. Next. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and scan this. That was pretty much fast. All right, and next. Some more security. See what I told you about. That's the importance of having a custom domain. You have a lot of security guys at the gate to make sure everything's safe. So It should take me right in. It's another layer of security. My God, they can't hack me. All right, so I'm going to add the previous one and then just do. Oh, what happened? Oh, you've seen this password so many times. Okay. Let's just type something else. Okay, my chief security officer has allowed me access. So here we are. This is the guy so this is a new employee who has been added to. For now, he doesn't have any administrator role. It's just an irregular user. So just to summarize things, we can't emphasize more on the importance of having a custom domain. You can see it gives you that credibility. It gives your brand an identity, a professional one for that matter. And so thank you so much for joining the call and staying with me. I'm Nsikan Ikpe once again. Thank you. Thank you, David.
Nsikan,
I'm
super
open
cool.
to question.
Yeah, if you got questions, everybody put them in the chat because for timing, we'll have to move on to the next presenter. But super, super cool. Really appreciate you showing this off and how to configure that. Richard, feel free to take on over when I get you introduced. But by the way, everybody, when you use domains too, you don't have to use the full domain. Like, for example, if you just wanted to use email associated to your Office 365 tenant, you could do that. And then you can still host under a full like internet using the domain. So that's possible too. So there's lots of configuration using exactly how Nsikan showed. So great job. Thank you. And again, first time presenter, everybody. So woo, yay. My sound effects are down today. So woo, yay. Awesome job. All right. Richard is up. He's going to talk about how to create a dynamic form experience with PCF components. Richard, take it away.
Yes, thanks, Dave. So I'll go quickly through the presentation and try to demo something. My name is Richard Wierenga. I'm a Power Platform lead at Blis Digital. Want to connect? Find me on LinkedIn. And if you have any questions, you can ask them there as well. So we had a lot of users that wanted to, we are developing a lot of Power Page projects, and we had a lot of end users, they wanted to edit the forms themselves without doing a deploy of the solution and editing all the fields in Dataverse in the backend. So we wanted to give the users the possibility to edit forms in a model-driven app. So we created a separate form editor that can also work without a proper Dataverse scheme and store all the answers inside a multi-line text column. We created a PCF control for that. The end users could build their own dynamic forms with drag and drop functionality. The form definition is stored in a JSON single line text inside Dataverse. And you can use the JSON string to render it in a Power Page, in a model-driven app, or in a Canvas app. So we were developing a lot of different apps with changing forms. So people were asking for new columns every time, or wanted to remove something or anything like that. And we wanted to deploy these new forms without deploying the whole app, and develop a standardized way for multiple environments. So inside the built-in forms, a form is linked to a table. The fields must be Dataverse columns. The forms need to be recreated for each app type, and they are created by admins or environment makers. The logic can be complex, but you do have built-in security with column level and row level security. For our solution, we store the form definition in a column. Fields can be bound to Dataverse columns, or answers can be stored as JSON. The JSON definition can be reused. The downside is no field level security, and JSON could be complex for end users. But in the end, we built a drag and drop editor. That is a PCF control. You can put it inside your model-driven app. You have the ability to drag and drop fields, and an admin or a model-driven app maker can define the fields that the users can use and the properties of those fields. On the screenshot, you see a very basic version, but you can make it as complicated as you want. The field properties are also stored in JSON and configurable. Some properties are required, but others can be added by the admins. You can export the forms from the editor or from the table. And inside the editor is also a JSON editor in the form builder. So quick demo. I've created a Canvas app where the JSON is loaded and a Power Automate workflow to store the results. We go here. Inside the form, you can add a new form field, which is a PCF component. This form field, you can you go to components and select the form builder. You have a field definition schema. If you open that, I'll show it quickly here. You can define the ID, what kind of properties and fields you want to add to your form, and also all the placeholders, if it's a multi-line for a text or lengths, etc. You can define a lot of different columns, and you can put it in the static value of the field definition schema, and it will show on the left-hand side. And all the properties, if you select a property or a field on the right-hand side, you see the properties you can edit for that specific field. In the field name, you can put in the Dataverse column name, so you can link it to a Dataverse column. And in the end, if you save the form, you see here in the form JSON, you see the JSON that is the form definition. I go to my Canvas app and I load the form. It will show the fields I just added. And if you submit the form inside the Canvas app, it will store as a JSON inside an answer column. And you'll see it's stored as a key value pair inside this. And inside the Power Automate workflow, I get all the required information and send an HTTP request to Dataverse to store the results. We've also, for Power Pages, created some more complex forms where the end users are recreating or creating these forms. And on the right-hand side, you see a visualization of the form in Power Pages. So thanks for your time and have a good day.
Awesome stuff, Richard. Thank you also for sharing this with the community. I love how there's such a range of opportunity within the Space Power Platform, right? So with Canvas apps, you've got built-in components and component libraries, but if you want to take it further, you can do that with PCF controls. So that pro dev area, full code area, as I like to call it. I think it's all professional development within that space. So there's the opportunity to extend and provide extensibility. And thank you for showcasing it. Really great job. Thank you very, very much. Okay, Tom, you are up, my man. We are going to move on to behind the scenes of Community Days, powering a global events platform with Azure. So, Tom, take it away.
All right, thanks, David. All right, well, thanks. I'm so happy to be here. I've been looking forward to this call for 5 years, so I'm really excited. So I'm here to talk to you about communitydays.org and how we have over 700 events for Microsoft technologies built on Microsoft technologies. All right, so let's go to the next slide. All right, great. A little bit about me. Yes, I am. I've been around for a while. Community leader in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Community contributor. I'm a new PMP team member. I'm on the Microsoft Global Community Initiative board. I'm 9-time MVP. I'm the creator for communitydays.org. I also have a full-time job. I'm a work-at-home dad, 2 little girls, and I have tons of free time on my hands. So let's talk about community days. So if you heard about it, if you haven't heard about it, if you heard about it, if you've been to a community days type of event, show me some love, smash the little react button so I get an idea like how many people have heard of this before. All right, looks great. Oh wow, that's a lot. All right, cool. So Community Days is a global platform and it's focused on Microsoft tech events. It's created by the community. It's myself doing development and there's a lot of contributors and we're really shaping it for the needs of the community, right? So this again started back in October 2021 and so yeah, it started back in October 2021 after the closing of SharePoint Saturday events. If you've heard of that, that's where we all used to go to find events to go to speak at and really grow our networks and our careers. And so that was really upsetting for me. So that's why I decided alongside with a few others to go ahead and start to do this. So community days are just our local virtual, they could be paid events, they could, as long as they're community produced, meaning like there's an open call for content and or delivered by the community, like I'm an organizer and we have a team of volunteers. And these events are across all the countries. So we're going to get into this in a little more. So let's see. Why is this not working? Oops. All right, so what's our mission? Our mission is just to make it easy for anyone to find opportunities to learn, teach, speak, support, and engage while strengthening the Microsoft technologies everywhere, Microsoft technology communities across the world, essentially. So what types of events? I talked about this a little bit, but just to give you an idea, what types of events are in community days? It could be, we're really looking for like formal, structured events. So a half day or greater has to be 50% Microsoft technology. We're looking for an open call for content, like for community speakers. That's really what we like to see. Doesn't have to be open. It could be curated, which is fine as well. But and we like to see it organized by volunteers. Like we don't want to see paid organizers that they have to do it for their job. That's not the kind of events that are in there. So we don't accept user groups right now because they're just too ad hoc. They show up, they cancel last minute. We just don't have the capacity to sort of do that. You can do user groups on the Microsoft technology site, Microsoft Tech Community, sorry. They have a user group function there now. We don't do like vendor produced that are more of just like my company's a training company and we do webinars once a week. It's not for tech sales, it's not for demos. So the good examples on the right-hand side are AI community events, M365 Fridays, Saturdays, collab days, SQL Saturdays, agent cons, experts live, AMP events, code camps, hackathons, boot camps, workshops, watch parties, community summits, pre-conferences, regional user groups. Those are all the ones that we want. And again, we accept any technology. It's not just like one. It's not just SharePoint Saturday anymore type of thing or SharePoint. We go across all of them, and we have a lot of cool features to support that. So that's why I'm here today. So what it does again. How the time, so I want to make sure I get it. I have a lot to go through, so I'm going to just cover a couple things here and we're going to go into it in a lot more detail. Homepage, typical standard, we showcase the 5 upcoming events or the ones running right now, and it tells you a little bit about when those are going to start, how to get access to those, everything. If you are this is what we are, events directory. So it shows you all the upcoming past and present events, gives you all the details. Once you click into the cards, you can set alerts. That's a brand new feature that we just created. So the event listing page. So if you're an event, you get your own page, which has your home page information, your call for content buttons, all the activity buttons. You can integrate with Sessionize and run events. You get an individual contact form, so anybody that comes there can actually reach out to you directly where your email's not exposed to them. So it submits it behind the scenes. We have a speaker board, which we'll go through at the end, which everybody loves. It really showcases the top community speakers, the ones that are out there doing like the free work to spread the technology. And then general basic stuff. So if you're interested in connecting with me, you can go on the contact form. I'm on there. All right. So under the hood, this is one of my favorite things. I want to go through, and no one's seen this yet. I've never presented this before. How is it like built? Like, what is it on? This was always like my dream, was to build this thing and then go out and present on how it was built, which is kind of cool. So we have Azure Web App. It's Next.js and React. We're using Azure API Manager to kind of control or route all of our APIs are going through that. We have Azure Functions and Durable Functions to handle the backend jobs for indexing, speaker board, things long running stuff like that. We have a Cosmos DB. We just moved over from table storage to Cosmos DB because table storage was just to get up and running very quickly, and then we outgrew that. We are using blob storage for the files, the images, everything that all the images associated with the site. 100% Entra ID. We do have Next Auth, but we are just exclusively using Entra ID as our auth provider right now. Azure Maps, we have Azure Maps, and we have another mapping thing, but Azure Maps is our driver for our event organizers. We're using GitHub repos and GitHub Actions to deploy the code, and then Logic Apps are basically our outgoing email. Just to give you a visual representation of this, this is what it looks like. It's all here, and we are now using a lot of AI stuff. So we have Claude Code and we have OpenAI to kind of monitor the repo and check the PRs and all that stuff. So we are kind of getting fancy with all that. All right, cool. Let's jump into a demo. This is one of my favorite parts of the show here. Okay, so if you've seen it before, then this is nothing new, but I'm going to show things that maybe you haven't seen. So we have a couple things. Boston Code Camp that's happening this weekend, and I know our friends out in Monterey are running right now. They're running live. I can see there's people on right now in Mexico. So we have the upcoming events, and what I want to show you is, if your event is upcoming, you get a little countdown when it's coming up. We have upcoming events here on the homepage, like cards you can scroll through, previous events that you can see, events that were here. Let's jump over. I have them all preloaded, so there's no delays, right? So on the events page, this is our events listing. We have background images that change all the time, different parts of the world. You want to find an event. I know DC is coming up. You can just type it in. You can also build filters. Like I want to just see all the Canada events, right? You can do all these types of things. I just want speaking opportunities. Sometimes I want to come here. I just want to know where I can speak at. These are all the opportunities across the world. Maybe I'm a vendor. I want to know where I can sponsor. I can search for opportunities. I can search for events looking for sponsorships. And we're going to be talking about sponsorships in a future session on the MGCI. So check that out, because if your event needs sponsorships, whichever your event does, we have a way to show them that you need the sponsorship and then also help you collect sponsorship information. So you can hide paid events. You can do all this fun stuff. Registration open, because again, events will be listed. So you create these filters. You just go through. Oh, I love looking through and seeing the cards and just watching it load. It's like one of my favorite things to do. You can go back in time and you can see all the previous events. So I think Belgium was one of the, I shouldn't have done that because there's probably 10, there's probably a lot of people on there. So you can do this. You can click previous events and go back in time and see, all the events or search for events. And the thing is with this, we index everything. So it's all on the internet, like we're indexing things properly. So your site lives out there, and if you're searching for it, you're actually going to probably find it, because we're a collective. It's not just trying to find your one internet site in all the internet. Cool new feature that we just added here is create an alert. So if you set up some filter that you like global, maybe you want to see everything. Maybe you just want call for speakers. You can go here, you can create alert, and I could say, pick a country, global. You could say US, you could say India, you could say wherever, all of Asia, all of Europe, however you want to break it down, you can do that. You could say near me. I want to type in my address, and of course it's not going to work, but it was, the live demo is not going to, it's probably just not going to work. I have to check this. Things break, and this is why I have community volunteers to basically tell me things break. All right, so we'll check that. I will check that after this call. But anyway, you can set your home address, you can set your miles and how far you're willing to travel, and the frequency on when you want to do it, and then notify me this. And this is brand new, just launched like last month. So we have that feature available. Next thing I want to cover, we do have a community calls calendar. So like just like the M365 PNP website, we have the community calls calendar. You can go on there and see. It's basically the same thing. We have the same information that's available there. Yeah, so there's a lot going on where the server's probably bogging down. Last month we also just increased our server capacity so that this wouldn't happen, but it's not scaling. So we're gonna have to. I'll have to check into that a little bit more. So what I want to show you now is that if you go into an event, what an event listing looks like. So if you're creating an event like Monterey 2025 here, you have your homepage information, tells everybody about your event. We have some share buttons. You have all the information about your event, your socials, your maps. And then if you run an event, you probably heard of Sessionize or Run Events. We integrate directly with them. So if you're an organizer, you put in your key, and then that's it. All of your content is going to be shown on your site. So people can come here, and I can look for a speaker that's in here. I can search on AI and find events this way. I can go to the speaker tab and I can see the speakers that are there. I can click on them and get their speaker profile. I can go to the schedule. I can see a schedule. I can look at it as like what's happening right now. If you're outside the time zone, you can jump in. You can say, hey, I want to look at it locally. Like how, I want to jump. We're on the same time zones, or we're 1 hour difference, but so it's not that big of a deal here. But if you're like traveling from Europe and you're coming to the US and you want to see what the time of the event, maybe you're on a virtual event. We just added this feature a couple months ago as well. So a lot of things. The other thing is the organizer tab. It will show the organizers. There we go. It's just slow. So we have right now just one organizer. Oh, there's a bunch of them coming up. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of people on the site right now, so that's why it's really going slow. Yes. So yeah, this will showcase the organizers. And let me get this thing out of the way. Let's go to the next. So as we've been building all of the events and all the things, we crawl the events at the end of the event, and then we sort of put together the speaker board. So this is indexing all the events that are run events and Sessionize enabled. You can click here to find out more about the speaker board, and you'll see like the top speakers. We have filters here for 2025, 2023 of all time, right? So we've seen people climb the speaker board. We've seen people, I've been given lots of feedback like, thank you for building this because it's helped me build my career. I've found opportunities that I might not have normally found. And those are like, that's sort of the driving factor behind this. It like creates opportunities for people to find events and go out there and network and grow their careers. So this really shows like, what is it? This guy's a little bit of a little aggressive here with all the events that he's done in the past 365 days. And if you know Jamal, you know his story. He travels around the world, does all of these events, and he's also an event organizer as well. So we try to showcase that on here. And for example, I'll just pull up. So Mike Matarani helps me with the approvals for events. So he's on the team. He's on my team. Does he reviews every single event, says yes or no, works with the organizers to get it up there. But now if I click on your profile in here, it shows me all of your sessions that you've ever delivered that we have. So it's not like everything in the world. It's just everything that is indexed through community days. So it's your community days kind of profile. And it also shows me what you've organized. So we're just building these little profiles. So, and it's very helpful for MVPs that go back and want to look and say, oh yeah. Okay, I did all this. This is the date. I use it all the time. And so that's really it. So the last thing I want to show is our mission page. You go read more about us on the About Us page. You can see we have over 700 events. We have 22 already queued up for next year. There's 362 people actually doing these things on the site. So this is live. So as the events continue to be added, we're going to be updating this as well. And got to thank all of my wonderful volunteers. That's actually in the slides. So let me jump back to the slides. I tried to cover a lot very quickly, so hopefully it all came out. All right. again, community days, it didn't start like a micro, it's a Microsoft. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but it didn't start as a product. It started out as conversation at a community event. And one of them was the M365 Philly, which is the shirt that I have on today. So Jason and Manpreet, we organized M365 Philly. This was right after SPS events closed. We were just wrapping up, like we were doing a virtual event, and we were just like, this is, we got to do something. What are we going to do? And then that's where it was like, okay, we're going to build community days. Well, it wasn't called community days. That came later. So we built the site. We built the same thing that you're seeing today. And then we partnered with Microsoft at a later time. After a couple months, I built it. I had it running. It was sort of like a prototype. Went to MVP Summit. Heard rumors that Microsoft wanted to build their own thing. And then I reached out to Caruana and Heather and said, hey, look, I have this thing. I demoed it. They loved it. And that's when we joined forces back in 2020. So we joined forces there. And now, so Community Days is backed by Microsoft. The vision, the architecture, the development's all me and community supporters. And Microsoft hosts it. Microsoft supports me with anything that I need done. It's part of the Microsoft Global Community Initiative. That's like it's part of it. It's like we work together. So it's a tool of the Microsoft Global Community Initiative. You can go join. Microsoft Global Community Initiative is a group of our event organizers that share resources, and we have calls just like this call. We have a monthly call for that. We have training calls for event organizers, and it's just a part of a different community. So I recommend going there if you haven't, and sign up and be part of that as well. Again, thank you. Couldn't do it without the supporters. I think I'm good on time. Oh, I'm over. Sorry, David. I'm going to end right now. But thanks again, everybody. You can learn more at Connect with me.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom. Great stuff. No, we're perfectly fine. You're perfect timing. Absolutely. So really appreciate it. Tom will be back obviously every 2 weeks showcasing some of the updates, everybody, for community days, but he'll be back with regularity showing off some new features and stuff like that. So super excited. Great stuff by everybody. And oh, by the way, if you're in Discord, Tom and I are working on setting up some channels specifically for communities. So again, Discord is that great opportunity, which we'll talk about right now. It is our Discord server for the community. It has a number of different channels that are available that spread the spectrum are across the spectrum of the community initiatives that we have within our team. So don't hesitate. It's absolutely free. You can wow your kids that you're in Discord. They'll think mom and dad are super cool. And as I mentioned, we're going to be setting up a channel or two specifically for community days. So a lot of cool opportunities there. You can get access to that at ak.ms/community/discord. We've got almost 3,000 if we've not already gotten over 3,000. It's been growing quite a bit lately. So thank you for everybody joining in there and helping out and being active. And we'd love to get some feedback from you. So if you have any feedback, even if it's good, like, hey, we love you guys. We'd love to hear that too. We'd like to know we're doing something good. But if you'd like to provide some constructive input as well, we'd love to hear that. If there's areas that we can improve, this is an opportunity for you to shape how we are running the community and the opportunities that are available to you. So please don't hesitate to take advantage. We absolutely want to meet the needs of everybody. So you can fill out that form at ak.ms/community/calls/feedback. The recording will be available within 24 hours on the Microsoft Community Learning YouTube channel. You can get access to that at ak.ms/community/YouTube. Subscribe today. You'll be alerted as soon as we drop the videos. You can also follow us on socials, all of them, Twitter, X, Blue Sky, LinkedIn. The next community call for the Microsoft 365 and Power Platform community will be 1 week from today, November 27th. And as I mentioned at the start of the call, that is Thanksgiving in the United States, but we are a global community, which means that we are going to be here for you every single Thursday, 7 a.m. Pacific time, rain, sleet, shine, no matter what. We are here for you. So we're going to have a great session and call next week. Chris Kent will be here. Hugo Bernier will be here. And some others will be here as well to showcase some cool work that's being done. So if you're got some time in the morning that day, don't hesitate. Don't think it's not there. We are going to be there. And of course, our Tuesday call will be on November 25th. You can get access to all the calls at ak.ms/community/calls. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your week, a wonderful weekend. We appreciate all that you're doing. Keep it up.